What's going on, everybody? Fry Daddy here with Fry Daddy's Gear Reviews, and today we're taking a close look at a serious contender in the EDC world of pry bars, the Phoenix Toolworks Deadbolt. If you're into well-made gear, stuff you don't have to baby, you're definitely going to want to stick around, because when Ian Craven over at Phoenix Toolworks makes something, he makes something that's built to take real-world abuse, and this is no exception. So the first thing you notice when you get it in hand is this thing is compact but capable. I was trying to think of the phrase I could use, and that's what I picked. It's a 1/4 inch thick of full billet titanium and feels great in hand. It's not annoyingly heavy, but definitely feels like you could put it through some abuse. And just like everything Ian makes, it's 100% made in the USA and no corners were cut. So let's go ahead and talk about the specs and the build quality and do some size comparisons and then go from there. So first of all, this thing is 3.5 inches long overall. We're going to move this out of the way here. 3.5 inches long overall. It's made from a solid billet of 6AL4V grade 5 titanium. It's around 1/4 inch thick and only weighs 0.9 ounces. The finish options are Zerblast or Blast, Tumble, or Nightshade. Now, when I heard Nightshade, I wasn't really sure what that was, so I had to talk to Ian about it. And he said that Nightshade is a mix of finishes that gives the titanium a zirconium-like appearance. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons, and then we'll talk about the features. So the first size comparison is going to be with the $2 bill. Next one is going to be with the Sharpie here. Next one is going to be with the AAA battery. Next is going to be the AA battery. Let's move this over just a little bit there. Okay. So the features on this pry bar itself are the primary edge right here, primary pry edge, should I say. You have the hex bit slot in the back here. You have a pocket clip for pocket carry. You have some aggressive jimping on the side, and you have a lanyard hole up top. And since this is precision machined out of just one billet of titanium, there are no seams, no weak points, and you're not bending this thing unless you put it under a hydraulic press. And the best part is about titanium, it's rust-proof naturally, and it's non-magnetic. So you can beat it up in pretty much any environment. Now, the Deadbolt is kind of the spiritual successor, if you will, to the Impact, which is Phoenix Toolworks' first pry bar. But this time, it's lighter, slimmer, and way more pocketable. They got rid of the big loop on top, but kept the overall DNA. Size-wise, I think this hits a perfect middle ground. It's small enough to ride in your jeans pocket, but big enough to give you real-world leverage when you need it. And plus, the aggressive jimping on the side is great. It means you can hang on to it even when your hands are wet or you have gloves. And the pry tip is perfectly ground. It's thin enough to wedge itself under stuff, but it's still thick enough to not feel fragile. Now we'll talk about real-world use. This thing will take anything you throw at it, no problem. If you need to open a stuck paint can, easy. Pry nails out of a 2x4, this is your guy. Or crack open a stubborn crate lid. It can even do that. And because we're talking about 1/4 inch thick of titanium, you can hammer the back of this thing and not even think about it. It's not a big deal. It'll just take it. So EDC wise, at 3.5 inches, this thing is so easy to pocket. You just throw it in your jeans, in your book sack, rig it up with a lanyard. It's maybe a little heavier than some skinnier options like the Lynch Northwest, things like that. But you're trading that extra 1/4 ounce for that real-world heft and real-world strength. The design also is really cool because the pocket clip here is in front of the hex bit slot, which is a smart little touch because it helps to where the bits won't fall through the back of the pry. Now, why the Deadbolt? Where did the name come from? And this one kind of made me laugh when I talked to Ian about it. And he said that it was because it can be used as a deadbolt in a bathroom stall where the lock is broken. I think it's hilarious. So let's get to price and value of what you get. So price-wise, yeah, this is premium. It's not going to be some cheapo pry bar. I noticed a lot of, I kind of looked at the average, and they're usually in the $150 range, $160 range. And these run about $193. And if you want extra things, it's an extra $5. And that's if you want like hand ground tip or anodizing. But honestly, you're not buying a tool that you're going to replace in a couple years. You're buying something that you'll probably never replace. It's no maintenance. You don't have to worry about corrosion, no what ifs, anything like that. It's one of those pieces you literally can pass down. Now, I do want to point out, this is one of those things that's not made to order. So that could be a downfall for some people. They're not exactly the easiest thing in the world to get. Now, Ian said he does do drops on his Facebook group or on his website occasionally. But let's talk about the bottom line here. Phoenix Toolworks doesn't really make gear for casual collectors. They make gear for people who actually use them. And the Deadbolt's really proof of that. It's compact, it's overbuilt, it's smart where it needs to be, and if you're serious about your EDC setup, this is a no-brainer. All right, guys, that's it for the Phoenix Toolworks Deadbolt. Hit that like button if you're all about hardcore gear that's built to last, and drop a comment down below. What's the toughest tool you actually carry every day? Y'all have a great one. Thanks for stopping by.